Hi everyone, this is Ben Hurt and this is my personal ethical statement in the form of a video. In a lot of ways, this image of Baloo sums me up as a person. In fact, I think I got this after taking a personality test of some sort somewhere on the internet. I'm a very upbeat and positive person that finds good in most everything. This has a huge influence on how I approach ethics. I try to create good. I try to find solutions that will bring about positivity. Here's a Venn diagram that can describe my ethics. I think this was the way I approached things before this class, but the content of this class has certainly solidified these ideas. The utilitarian in me wants to make decisions and perform moral acts that will create the most good. At the root of everything I do, I think it's important that I would want one to act that way, right? So that's the Kant part of it. And so for me, I look at these and I wouldn't want to do something that I wouldn't want somebody else to do. That golden rule is critical. So I think that placing me in between these two with little parts of both is pretty appropriate. The driving forces behind my ethical decision making are my values. One big value for me, I value meaningful human interaction. I value emphasizing active listening and understanding. And I think it's critical to really be able to listen and see where somebody's coming from. Try to see their point of view. I work as an academic advisor, and the National Academic Advising Association, which is NACADA, has coined the philosophy of I advise, you decide. I think that's great, and it's at the root of what I do. I think it matches the ethical standards that I've set for myself, as well as professional ethical standards that we've read about in this class. I think it's critical. You show somebody the info and you give them the tools, and you allow them to learn and grow for themselves. And I'd like to do this myself, right? Is not have somebody do something for me, but rather empower me to figure things out and make my own decisions. Here are some of my other core values. I thought it was relevant to share these. They're kind of the driving force behind how I act. Right? I value equity, honesty, humor, compassion, and adventure. Certainly, that's not a all-inclusive list, but I think those sum up a lot of me.
Through this class, I've learned about different ethical theories. I don't think that these theories have changed my ethics, but rather the course content has increased my awareness of my ethics. One big thing I've gotten out of this course are the steps to take when faced with an ethical dilemma. I feel that if I went back and listened to the podcast, The Ethical Dilemma presented in The Ethicist, I might think a little deeper about the issue before settling on a conclusion. I would say that's probably the biggest area of growth for me throughout this class. Understanding the process of decision making when faced with an ethical dilemma and just being aware of my own ethics. I think they were always kind of present, underlying, influenced by my upbringing and a lot of various factors. But now being aware of them, I think I take a little more ownership of them.
Throughout this class, we've talked about looking at dilemmas. These are the steps that I'll use in the future when I'm faced with an ethical dilemma. Thanks to this class, I feel like I have more tools in my tool belt, and I'm better equipped to handle ethical dilemmas. And so I can kind of go through this and use this as a reference list to really help students and really to help myself. I've enjoyed this class a lot. Thank you to Andrea and Felix, and thank you to all my classmates. It's been a great time.